Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Andi Nurul Iftitah Syam. Student ID number 2001 09 51 201 5. Bilingual Geography Education Study Program. Marine Resources and Coastal Area. Marine resources. Marine resources are resources that cover a wide scope that includes marine life, flora and fauna, ranging from microscopic organisms to killer whales and marine habitat, ranging from deep water to tidal area on the coast of highlands and large estuary area. Types of marine resources. 1. In general, marine resources consist of resources that can be recovered, resources that can not be recovered, and marine environmental services. 2. Resources that can be recovered consist of various types of fish, shrimp, seaweed, including coastal and marine cultivated activities. 3. Resources that cannot be recovered include mineral, mining or mining material, oil and gas. 4. Meanwhile, marine environmental services include tourism and sea transportation. The potential of marine resources has not been exploited optimally because so far all efforts have been spent more to manage the existing resources on land, which is only 1/3 of the country area. Utilization of marine resources. The sea is also one that has a lot of various sources that can be used or utilized by humans, including 1. As a mineral resource, salt, to be used for purposes such as cooking ingredients. B. Carbonate taken from country moss. C. Phosphate comes from fish bones and bird dropping waste food. Fish can be used as fertilizer. D. Offshore oil sources can be found in the Sea of Java, Sumatra, Malacca, Sulawesi Sea, and South China Sea. 2. As a vegetable resource. A. Seaweed cultivated in shallow seas can be used as ingredient for gelatin. B. Marine plants for fish food, namely plankton, nekton, phytoplankton, and bethos. Life in the sea is not much different from the condition on land. At sea there are also living distinct constitutions of marine plants and marine animals. Threats to marine resource. There are three main threats to marine resource, namely 1. Sedimentation and pollution. Sedimentation is a process of accumulation of nutrients or a process lubrication. Pollution is condition in which a water or a place gets an excessive amount of harmful substance cannot be tolerated by the environment. 2. Habitat degradation. Degradation is a process of quality degradation. So habitat degradation is the process of degrading the quality of the habitat or place where certain living things are. Coastal erosion is a condition where a habitat has been degraded. 3. Degradation of resources and biodiversity. Degradation of natural resources such as cutting down mangrove forests, destroying coral reefs has resulted in the species the life in area being reduced and eventually extinct. Efforts to conserve marine natural resources. 1. Reserves. Perhaps we need to make joint regulation with fishing and coastal communities regarding marine reservoirs to protect the sea and everything in it, so that they evolve naturally. 2. Marine sanctuary. Perhaps it's also necessary to make joint regulation with First Nations and coastal or island communities for marine, so that all these protect in natural reservoirs area. Reservoirs protection from the natural reservoir area, which protects the ecosystem in creating coastal area or island. Example for marine natural resources. 1. Fish. 2. Seaweed. 3. Coral reefs. 4. Mangrove forests. 5. Oil and gas. 6. Salt. 7. Sea sand. 8. Tourism. Coastal area. The coastal area is an intermediate area between land and sea part of the sea area still affected by land activities such as sedimentation and freshwater flows, and part of the land area still affected by activity oceans such as tides, sea breezes, and spaghetti of the salt water. Characteristic of coastal ecosystem. The characteristic of the coastal ecosystem is that it has a number of ecosystems in coastal areas. Other examples of ecosystems that are improved in the coastal ecosystem area are mangrove ecosystem, seagrass ecosystem, and coral reef ecosystem. From this coral ecosystem, each ecosystem has different characteristics and characteristics. The following is an example of the coastal ecosystem and its supporting factor. 1. Rector actively. The areas that are affected by the tides of various kinds, among others, are physical and tidal level. 2. Estuaria. According to the Oxford Dictionary, estuaria is tidal mode of the larger river. 3. Mangrove forest. Mangrove forests can be found in the muddy areas such as the Central Flat, tidal mud, and estuaria in the littoral zone. 4. Seagrass vine. Seagrass beds dwell in shallow or estuarine water when there is plenty of sunlight. Seagrass beds have a habitat where the temperature is tropical or subtropical. The characteristic of animal that live in seagrass included: A. That lives on seagrass leaves. B. Who eats the root of the canopy leaves. C. Moving under the leaf canopy. D. Who take refuge in the area of the seagrass bed. 5. Coral reefs. The coral reef ecosystem is an ecosystem with a high level of diversity where in Indonesia, which has about 18% of the world's coral reefs, with the highest biodiversity in the world. Coral reefs as more than 2,500 species of fish, 590 species of rock coral, 2,500 mollusks, and 1,500 creatures are very complex ecosystems. And active participation to preserve coastal ecosystem. Such knowledge and skill do not have to be directly related to effort to overcome the problem of damage to natural resources, but also to matter relating to economic business, especially in the context of equipping the community with alternative economic ventures so as not to damage the environment, including 1. Increased knowledge and insight into the environment. 2. Community skill development. 3. Community capacity building. 4. Self-development. 5. Increased community motivation to participate. 6. Excavation and development of traditional community values. How to protect and preserve coastal ecosystem. 1. Restoration is intended as a front to restore coastal area as well as to carry out green activities. To carry out restoration, it is necessary to pay attention to understanding hydrological pattern, change in ocean currents and soil types. 2. Reorientation is intended as development plan with a sustainable paradigm as well as environmental participation, so that economic motives that tend to damage will be able to minimize. 3. Responsiveness is intended as a fraud by the government that is sensitive and responsive to the problem of damage to coastal ecosystem. This can be done through the early education of women movement, as a will address and research in various scientific disciplines. 4. Rehabilitation. The rehabilitation movement is intended as an effort to restore the role of the coastal ecosystem as a support for marine biota. One of the current manifestations of the implementation of rehabilitation is by making the coastal area a conservation area based on education and ecotourism. 5. Responsibility is intended as a effort to raise awareness and encourage community participation. 6. Regulation. In this case, each region must have a PERDA which has been clearly and clearly regulated. Therefore, it is necessary to have a reason and obligation to fulfill existing and already drafted location regulation. This can be used as a punishment if it is not carried out so seriously. Punishment must be carried out in order to form an attitude that is aware of the regional regulation that have been regulated for the sustainability of the coastal ecosystem in the future. Thank you.